have you seen in your studies with people taking blood work that people that eat a higher fruit diet possibly have high cholesterol, or you haven't seen a connection with that?
No, I haven't. I've seen when people follow this Nutritarian diet, which is well balanced with greens and beans and nuts and mushrooms, they see radical drop in their cholesterols. And I published studies on that on large numbers of people, including drop in blood pressure. Plus the fact that, just to give an example, when people come to my retreat here, they get rid of their diabetes in the first month. 80% of them are type 2 diabetes is gone. And I published studies on that. And I published studies on how fast their blood pressure gets better and how fast they lose weight. Sure. And you know what? Here's what's also not a little, where I have this slight criticism of Brian. I love what he does, and I love the amount of people he can help with his recommendations. But when the people go home and try to live with that diet, it's so extreme that they can't follow it, and they go back to eating their old diet, and they gain the weight back. My concern is that the chance of recidivism is so high. By taking all that fruit out, and you can't make a healthy dessert, you can't eat a mango, and you're restricting so many foods needlessly, like eating some chickpeas, or, you're eating so many foods you've taken out of the diet, that the diet now becomes so restrictive, the person's never going to follow it long term. And it does you no good to follow a healthy diet if it's short term. It's only good if you can incorporate it for the rest of your life.
Absolutely.
So when you make it that radical, even if it was better for that, and nobody can do it, the people could criticize me the same way, of course, but but at least I feel that what I'm recommending is livable and enjoyable to live this way for the rest of your life,
Sure. And what about food combining? Do you see any good thing about that, or you think it's old data that's not necessary today? Like, do you think it matters if you eat fruit with nuts, or you think they should definitely be avoided and things like that?
No, I think the opposite of food combining. Matter of fact, I want us to mix the foods together in the meal instead of separating them. So I want your fruit to be eaten with a salad and some vegetable bean soup and some nuts and a little bit of fruit for dessert, because now you've taken your 400 to 500 calories, where the overall gastric emptying and absorption has been slowed down, so it eases even the fruit calories into the bloodstream. So yeah, I'd rather you have 400 to 500 calorie meals a day where you have mixed foods in the meal, because you're having green vegetables with every meal, and you're having a mixture of different food types with your meal. So you're not going to have just all fruit with a meal, So yeah, I think it's better not to food combine. And there's no data to suggest that food combining has the benefits Dr. Shelton claimed, except for the fact that when people narrow their food choices to just one or two types in a meal, it helps people not overeat or get satisfied with fewer calories. That could be an advantage for some people. But basically, if you can keep your caloric window favorable and not overeat, it's better to have variety and not worry about food combining. So let's reiterate that. The main advantage of food combining is not to overeat. And the main disadvantage of it, it's better to have variety in your diet, but also we have to know our caloric windows, not eat till we're full when digestive capacity is lost, and keep ourselves at a favorable lean weight. Look at these guys who are like on natural hygiene type diets and healthy, even healthy plant-based diets, and they're still overweight and have a thick and fatty midsection. You know what I mean? That's still not healthy. There's no such thing as a healthy person with a belly.